hard to move through this spot right there. Some energy and there's smoke. Personal experience is what makes you believe in something. You know, when you see a ghost or when something is moved that couldn't be moved or lights turning off and on, that's real typical. Things that you can't explain, well, and I think that it happens to certain people for a reason because I think they need to open their minds. And I don't have to convince anybody of anything. It's not important to make anybody believe in ghosts because they will or they won't. They'll have an experience, it'll be part of their life lessons, or it won't. I have a lot of friends who are I still use the term psychic, which a lot of people have switched to intuit because they think there's a connotation to psychic, but it's in the dictionary. It's people who can have higher senses. They can hear more, see more, feel more, and some people are just better at it than others, but anybody can develop it, they say. I'm a little bit psychic, but not as much as Barbara.
My name's Barbara Mason. I do energy clearances. My gift is purely intuitive. I was raised as a Presbyterian, but when I left home and went to college, I became a Nichiren Shoshu Orthodox Buddhist. In school, I studied Eastern religions and I studied the Bible as literature, and I took philosophy classes and physics, a little, not much. When I was in high school, I read a lot of Edgar Cayce. And so I would lay on the bed and I would try and see myself floating up on the ceiling, looking down at myself laying on the bed while I was awake. And I tried that for hours and hours, and it probably happened about one time, but it was enough to make me realize that as a living person, you can be in more than one place at once, and you do have a little bit more to yourself than what meets the eye. As an adult, I'd had some surgery, and I was kept under anesthesia longer than I was supposed to have been, and I stopped breathing, and after that surgery, I have had a lot more experiences than I paid attention to before.
My parents were from the South, and we were raised with a lot of stories, and I had a great-grandmother who was psychic and who always would see visions and would know when people were going to die and things like that, so my mind was open to it. We use the term ghost busting, and we used that for a long time because to me it lightens up the subject, because you don't want it to be too I don't want to be too fearful and everything. So it's important when we hear about someone, it's for a reason. And when someone asks us to come in and help them, you know, that could be the person here that says that, but it's really at a higher level. It's to help that other being that needs to go on. So I think it's important work, and we're happy to do it. When it comes, it's because we're supposed to do it.
People usually contact me after things that they can't explain have happened too many times to them.
Barbara usually figures out what we need for any given place. That's intuition, is when you decide what to do. Sometimes it doesn't even matter. You're doing something, it's your intention to clear it, and if it were a disincarnate, if it were a ghost, to help them get out of here, to get unstuck.
You can't create or destroy energy. You can change it, transmute it, get it going in a different direction, and that's basically what I do.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
I ain't afraid of no ghost.